What's up, comic amigos, and welcome back to the Team Nerd Herd podcast. I want to thank DJ Abomination for the bangers yet again, always coming through with the beats. But let's do some roll call right now. And I want to hand this mic off to Rogue's Law.
This is JR, your Star Wars nerd, your Marvel nerd. Rogue's Law on Instagram. I'm going to pass it off to Steve. What you got, Steve?
What's going on, YouTube world? It's your boy Steve, Hip Hop's and me in IG. And I'm just your pop culture nerd. Just love it all, you know? I'd like to pass this over to Big Rob.
Hey guys, this is Big Rob, Rob's Nerd Haven on Instagram, and your multifaceted nerd. Let's pass it on to Comics and Pops.
What up, y'all? This is Alonzo, aka Comics and Pops on IG, the comic book nerd and pop culture fanatic. Over to you, Nick.
Yo, this is Cosmic Ninja, comic book presser, Marvel geek. You can find me on Instagram at Firecell Comics. Passing over to, let's go, Ian.
And this is, and my name is Ian, aka I Did Not Flirt, aka Good Rat Comics on Instagram. So
It's that charm. It's that charm.
Yeah, you
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
AKA anything for a sale.
Why did I hear the zipper go down?
Anything for $5 off. No, I'm playing.
Anything for $5 off.
He just gave him that. He just gave him that little smile.
$5 foot long.
Hey, all I did was bat my eyelashes.
You saw that smile, even though you were wearing that mask.
If you would have saw the teacher, I'm like, oh, fuck that. No, but I'm playing.
And that mask hides a lot, man.
But
I
let's
just
get
feel
into
like
the
a ninja.
But let's get into the top picks. Let's start off with Rogue's Law. What you got?
So this is number 2 of Adventure Man. This is Matt Fraction and Terry Dodson. The first one was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Not sure where it's going to go. It looks like some superhero type stuff. This girl is a librarian with a kid. Finds a medallion for some superhero. I'm interested in seeing where it's going. I think it might have some fun later on. But this is the only variant cover, or the only cover they have for it, it looks like. Now we can go to the next person in line.
Hold on, but you know, Peach from Mocha needs to do a cover for this because she loves them bikes, man. You know, so.
Yeah, I can see her going off on this one.
Yeah, I can
Don't
see
remind me. Random memories.
Oh man, that was a. That
Even
was a
though
horror
technically
story.
that's a scooter.
A Vespa, maybe?
Yes.
Vespa. Rob, you want to tell us that story about it? No, I'm playing. That was awesome.
Maybe some other day.
Because I'm muted.
All right, let's
You
pass
want to
it
make
on
him
to Alonzo.
mad. You don't want to see Big Rob mad.
Pass it on to Alonzo.
All right, guys, this is my pick of the week. Strange Academy from Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos. You guys don't know, Scotty Young also writes. You need to check out Middle West. That book is phenomenal. Great story. And he's doing a great job on Strange Academy. But we've only seen one issue because of what happened with COVID. So right now, I really want to know what's going on with these cast of characters. A lot of new characters are introduced in Strange Academy 1, and it's a great premise. You have all these magic users that know how to use magic or that are using magic poorly, and they all get invited into this academy to learn how to use their powers. It's great. You have all these different kind of personalities in this, and I am looking forward to number 2. I mean, this issue just looks great. You have two variant copies. They're A and
That's
B.
beautiful.
And then also you have an incentive ratio variant. And I would definitely pick up the ratio if you can, or hit up that Dormammu cover because that one looks. And that's what I have for my pick of the week.
I'm all in on this book.
Well,
all in.
Alonzo,
Oh, yeah.
Is
Pulling.
Zelma in this? Or I think her name is Zelma
Excuse
from
me?
the news. Is it
Yes.
Zelma or something?
There is Zelma in there, yep.
I highly recommend this book. I got all 3 covers. I'm all in.
Oh,
You guys
yeah,
had some ideas of what's happening in this one? Like, why don't you let the world know what you guys' ideas or your speculation about it?
Well, right, like most second issues of like new series or new characters, especially if there's a bunch of new characters introduced in issue 1, there might be a new character in issue 2, possibly an antagonist to the storyline.
Yeah.
So yeah, that 1 in 25 is looking pretty hot.
Yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
big-
That looks. I'm all in too.
Is there
another-
anybody on this cover that wasn't in issue 1? I did not read it.
The first
I
issues
did.
were nice
Hold
too,
on.
man. Those covers were clean.
I think so.
everybody here on this cover has been introduced, except I think for that one guy in the very, very back that looks like he's wearing a tie.
Yeah.
That
Beast
might
looking
be the
guy.
only person.
Kind of looks like
Because you
Deku,
could
bro.
you could have other students
Oh, yeah.
being introduced, right? This is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Right? Just like My Hero Academia, something like that. In fact, I might just message my LCS and see if I can get this for a ratio.
Doesn't this remind you of the Avengers poster?
Ooh, you know what it does for Mondo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Or
does.
the regular movie poster too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And
it pops.
One other thing to point out also on number 2s, typically shops order big on number 1.
Yep.
And they're kind of guessing. Number 2 they cut back drastically.
Yeah.
So they may have ordered 50 in number 1 but only got 25 in number 2.
Yep.
So that makes like number 2s a lot of the time a lot harder to find, especially the ratio ones, the 1 in 25s and 1 in 50s.
I mean, a good place to pick this up is probably from Frankie's because you get the free shipping, and he's doing regular books
Yeah.
now, right? Yeah. So check out Frankie's, man. He's always helping us out and always hooking up the community. So check out Kevin over at Frankie's.
Most deaf.
But I mean, the guy in the back kind of looks like Deku's coming to a Strange Academy. He kind of looks like.
Oh yeah,
he
he's
kinda does. He
he's
kinda
going
does.
plus ultra in the back.
With Deku.
Plus ultra.
This is
Oh,
Yeah.
that dude.
My Hero Academia, Harry Potter, kind of all mixed in.
Yeah, man.
Yep. I think that's
Dope.
what the entire premise was. I mean, it's great. It's good writing, good art. I love Humberto Ramos.
Yeah.
I think it's a win.
Hey man, it's a Disney Plus show for sure, bro. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You know?
That might be the pick of the week, guys.
I think so.
Mhm. I think so for sure.
All right, I'm
Check
ordering
marking
one.
that. Check marking
Do
that
it,
on my
do
pull
it.
list twice.
And I'm helping you out, Frankie. I'm gonna go to your website right now. All right.
Oh.
Yo también.
Next one.
in
All right,
25
Steve. What do you got? What do you got?
What you got, Steve?
So this is Devil's Highway. Dude, I'm actually digging AWA Upshot, man. I love the books that they've been putting out. This is writer Benjamin Percy. The art is done by Brent Schoonover, and the coloration by Nick Florati. But the premise of the story is awesome. I mean, it kind of gets you off guard in the first 2 pages. The long and short of it is some lady runs into a diner and is running away from somebody, and it happens to be an owner of a diner that's there. It's trying to help save her, and it just cuts to the story, and it's basically his daughter coming in, finding out that her father's passed away, and just trying to track down what happened in the midst of it. So she's pretty badass. She's just no fooling around. She's like, what happened to my dad? And it just leaves you with a cliffhanger. So it leaves you wanting more. Art's beautiful. Again, the story leaves you with a cliffhanger. So I'm all in for this. I'm down for 1 through 5.
Man, I'm into Upshot, man. Upshot got some good books out. Number 1 and number 2 of
So this is
They're-
number 1, huh?
yeah, number
Yeah,
1.
And then they've been putting out books like Hotel, aka Hell.
Yep.
Red Borders, another good one that they've put out, and Resistance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
they're just banging them out.
I'm telling you, man. Number 2 is pretty dope too from Resistance, man. If you guys haven't got a hold of Resistance yet, it's pretty good, So, but this
So,
one looks
Steve,
great.
do you think is this a horror book or what is?
Yeah,
what
so
kind of genre?
this is a horror book mixed with a little bit of mystery. There is they're basically kind of leading into the dark web of a trucker world. So it's kind of leaves you to believe that what goes on as a trucker. What kind of things do they have? Is it a society that's going on in the background? And there's a little bit of dialogue and cliff notes in the back that Benjamin Percy and even Brent Schoonover kind of go over what their take was and how they kind of got together and built this story. So I mean, I'm excited. It's in between. So it's a mystery horror, definitely. You guys should take a read for sure. I'm excited.
Just stay away from the lot lizards. If you don't know what those are, don't look it up.
Oh shit! All right, passing the mic on, man.
I'm passing the mic over to Big Rob. Let's see
Yeah,
what the
Rob.
pick is, Rob.
All right. So Star Trek I'm carrying the Star Trek flag. I'm the only one, but I'm carrying that flag
Trekkie.
high, man. Yeah, Trekkie for life from the beginning. Star Trek Year 5, Issue 12. This is the conclusion to the Gary 7 arc. I actually just read the book today. It's a great overhaul. That was a great ending to the story. Well, yeah, it was kind of a conclusion, you could say. But this book played out. It's actually already came out. It's hit your comic book shops on July 1st this past week, and it's the whole book plays out like a film. This story would be awesome like a film. Gary 7 is basically another Khan to Kirk. So if you watch Star Trek 2, the old film from the 82, 84, around that era, that is basically Khan, but just another character, right? But it's just this one antagonist that's just nonstop. It's like the Terminator, man. You just can't stop him, and he's very dope. And so Year 5, Issue 12. There is also a very, very dope ass variant. They've been doing these kind of like roadmap or like postcard covers for the 1 in 10s. They're, like I said before in the past when I did the post preview for issue 11, they're very hard to find. I never really see them in stores. You pretty much got to order them online from random retailers who will buy 10 copies of Star Trek Year 5. So definitely pick up 1 in 10 if you see it, I think, in my opinion. And it's leading up to a new arc, 13, and they're going, well, a little bit of a spoiler, but they're going home, going back to Earth. Year 5 ends, and there should be some surprises when they get back home. So I definitely recommend Star Trek Year 5.
So Rob, I have a question for you, and only because like I haven't followed Star Trek since forever,
Yep.
at least in the books. I just watched the movies. Is this the crew? And correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the Kelvin timeline? Am I saying that right?
No, this is the Prime timeline. This is the original timeline. So basically the premise of the book is the original series is only 3 seasons. So that was the first 3 years of their mission. So it's a 5-year mission. So there actually is a Year 4. You get that in cheaper paperback to continue with the story with them. And this is Year 5. This is their 5th year, their final year of the mission with the original crew, and the 5-year mission ends with this book, and they're going back to Earth. And I'm not sure how many. I think the book will continue definitely for another 4 or 5 issues. After that, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's not the new J.J. Abrams bullshit timeline that no one likes. So it's the original timeline with Picard and all that.
All right,
so
thank you.
yeah,
Thanks.
Keep it classic.
yeah.
It's
Pick up the
it's
trade.
not the Ryan Johnson timeline.
Don't remind me of that bullshit too. But yeah, it's pick up the
JR
trade.
just twisting it up, man.
Pick up the
Twisting that
trade
knife.
paper. Pick up the trade paperback if you want to buy 10 single issues. 10, 15 bucks. So highly recommend.
I like Next Generation timeline too, man. I mean, other than that, so.
Yeah, it's
I've never watched
the same. It's the same timeline.
All right,
This
cool.
generation.
Sick. All right.
All right.
So passing on to me. So my pick of the week is On the Stump. So this actually released on July 1st. And I love this book. It's another Chuck Brown book. Sanford Green does the variants, and the artist for this is Prenzy. And the premise of this is like if you're frustrated with politics, right? Like if I'm one that's frustrated with all the politicians, and I think it's crazy how long it takes them to pass legislation. They go back and forth for like 2 months while we're all just sitting and waiting for their decision, and then they take long recesses, which are vacations, right? But with On the Stump, what if instead of having this long process, you just take Pelosi and McConnell and put them on a stump right in front of the Capitol and have them do a UFC style fight, right? And
To the
whoever
death.
wins to the death passes the legislation, right? So this
I
is
got
what it's all
Pelosi.
about. This is
Yeah.
sick, man. This is
Yeah,
sick.
I picked the one up, man. Just
Yeah.
reading the preview, man, I was like, yeah, I got to get that.
I had
it's-
no
it's-
idea that this was what it was about.
That's a
great.
premise, man. So like, just imagine that Pelosi and McConnell just going at it, man. I think like I'm with Rog. I think Pelosi would kick the shit out of McConnell. He's a
Eye
pussy.
gouging.
Yeah, a lot of alligator. Pelosi would take her freaking heel off, bro, and stick it in the eye. Like
I know.
she'll do it, man. And she got that swag. So like it's UFC style. It's UFC style fighting between politicians. And so I'm not gonna give it all away, but there's a lot of history to this, right? And with all of Chuck Brown's book, if you read and during the last 3 pages of the book, he gives you like a breakdown of like how this relates to history, right? But there is a secret society that's part of this. But what's cool about this, what's making this pretty interesting, is that there's a kind of sinister figure out there looking to have a certain gene or a certain serum to inject a politician to become this massive mutant fighting machine, so that he can pass legislation for him to have like a big power grab. And they're trying to figure that out. So, I mean, I'm into it, man. Like I just like Chuck Brown stuff. Like I'm into Bitterroot and everything else. And I love Sanford Green's art, and I'm really digging Prenzi's art too. So I definitely would recommend this to anybody. It's only at number 3, and it's not a title everybody's grabbing up like Kate stuff. So you'll be able to find these still on the rack or in the bins, and check it out. It's a great story going on. And I have another pick because we're a hip hop crew. And this is Sanford Green's variant cover. So it's his style, man. You gotta love the afro, man. Like it's just dope.
You gotta keep it.
You gotta keep it's a keeper,
full.
man. I mean, I think Sanford Green's gonna do a cover B for all of these. So those are the ones I'm getting too. But my second pick is this Bitterroot, another Chuck Brown and Sanford Green book. And this cover is actually an homage or a cover swipe or whatever, right? To New Jack City, and this is done by Sean Martinbrough. So this is a hot book. We know that the Purple Rain homage was gone in LCS's in the first 10 minutes. So if you see this, pick a couple up, man. Because these are gonna go quick, and probably I think Frankie's and Golden Apple are probably gonna have like the virgins for this, which I'm gonna grab. I grabbed the virgin for Purple Rain. And I still haven't gotten it yet, so that's kind of weird. But this is a dope cover, and I think all the Bitterroot homages to all the films in the '90s, the hip hop films, are dope. So that's my pick. Those are my 2 picks for the week, and let's move it on to our man, our man with the deal, and that is Nick. What you got, Nick?
Yeah, so Thor #1 from 2014 is a book that right now, if you go collect, they're going to tell you that it's up 26% in the 9.8, but I'm seeing the book still at $100 to $105 in a CTC 9.8. This is the first time Jane Foster turns into Thor in the comic. CGC actually puts it on the label, First Lady Thor or something like that, or First Jane Foster as Thor. This is a confirmed MCU appearance. This isn't spec. This is a confirmed MCU appearance. The book, I was at Comic-Con when this was announced, and the book jumped up from cover price to a $40, $50 book for Raw. Now the CGC is going for, essentially what Raw was then, plus grading, for a 9.8. There's also a bunch of variants, and I hope you could throw these up in post, because there's so many that I've been seeing. There's the 1 in 25. I've seen some Alex Ross variants. I just saw a 1 in 300 Alex Ross variant go for $400.
Wow.
That's kind of insane. That Alex Ross sketch 1 in 300 going for $400. I don't know what's going on. People are just sleeping on it. This is a confirmed appearance. This is going to happen 2021. This is a book that if you're looking to just hold on to a book for a year and flip, buy one, at $100 and flip it at $200 next year, or $250. This book will go up. There's a Scotty Young variant. I can go on, right? I got a blank sketch variant. There's the second prints of these, so maybe that's why the price is a little deflated. But I mean, still, there's the demand is going to be there. You know, I'm sure Alonzo has a couple of these.
I think Rob might have more than I do.
Nah, I just got let me see. I got like 2 copies of that. Oh, and
Yeah,
the God of Thunder 25, her first appearance.
Yeah, I have the 2 of the cover A's. I have the Scotty Young, and I have the blank sketch variant. I didn't know anything about the Alex Ross variant. I think these are like store incentives or store variants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think also when they brought Natalie
Yeah, I have to
Portman
take a
back,
look at those. I don't think I've seen them.
I think when they brought Natalie Portman back, they signed her for like a 2 to 3 movie deal too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And those movies don't have to be utilized in full movies. I'm sure she would like them, but you know, they could be for anything. It could be she's just Lady Thor for like an Avengers, which could be huge. You
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
yeah.
That part's gonna blow up when she comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, Alonzo, the A4 stuff, right? Like, she has to.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I was
right?
gonna add. Thanks a lot, Ian. But yeah, it would lead towards the whole A-Force thing, you know? And it's not gonna be fan service like it was in the movie. They might actually have an entire movie of all female Avengers. So yeah, it would be great.
And you can get the Scotty Young variant for $90 right now. And that's pretty insane for CGC 9.8. Like,
That's
this
pretty
is
good.
raw prices that I'm
Jeez.
talking about. I'm talking about already graded books, already perfect.
Do you
Already
think Natalie
guaranteed.
Portman can do it, man? Do you think Natalie Portman can pull it off?
Man, if she could do
yeah.
Padme, she could be
You're
a
talking about
badass
do
Queen
Lord.
That's
Queen
Queen Amidala of
Amidala.
the Naboo.
Yep. She can
Black
do anything,
Swan,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
She's an
Man,
Oscar
she's hot.
award-winning actress,
Wasn't
right?
she also in The Professional too?
Yeah,
I mean,
no
Little
woman,
kid.
no
but
kids,
let's
man.
go back. Yeah, but let's go back
She's
there for a
13.
Oh yeah, professional. She
Doesn't
was there.
matter. She was badass.
Yeah.
Professional was
She-
dope. I got to give her that, man.
She is good in any movie.
Yeah.
Like
V
anything.
for Vendetta.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll be for real. She looked like this girl that dissed me, bro. Like, so I'm just like, every time I
Oh,
see her,
Charles.
Yeah,
like, no,
way back when's,
no.
you know.
way back when
PTSD?
that
Yo,
trauma,
check
that
me
trauma.
out now.
Not
PTSD,
every
bro.
girl can be Lily. Sorry.
PTSD for real, bro. Like,
I definitely would check for the second prince, the third prince. I think there's even a fourth prince, right? There's like they go like blue, purple, green, something like
Just-
that on the border.
Just like Spider-Gwen, yeah.
Just like Spider-Gwen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those are all gonna jump up in price, and you could probably get those for $1
Cheap.
books right now.
Yeah, you can probably get it from cover,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
man, SEC at home, bro. Like, who knows, man? Like the panels, right? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
100%,
Yeah.
right? Like, they got to come with something big because they have the whole world watching, right? Like,
I heard Marvel
will
will bring fire for Comic-Con. That's what I heard.
They're gonna set San
because
Diego
We don't have to wait all
ablaze,
night,
Small con.
all day.
burn that Corona out the
Guys,
shit.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf as Moon Knight.
Oh,
He already is.
You'd
Moon
have,
Knight.
like
What are you
Nick,
talking
Nick
about?
would just be like,
no. Nicholas
Just cash
Cage
cow.
as Moon Knight.
Nicolas
Oh.
Cage, he's too old though, man.
I think
He got a gut.
Nicolas
He's too
Cage
old.
at this point is a
He's
meme,
60.
right? Like at this point, he's already shot his career in the foot, like with all the weird roles. I think isn't he playing a movie where he's playing Nicolas Cage, playing himself as an
Yes.
actor who's struggling or
Yes.
something like that? That's the
Hey,
thing,
man.
right?
But you know
But
what? They're
it's tough
bringing
in
him
the
back for
streets.
National Treasure 3.
what?
I want that though.
National
I'm
want
down for
that.
National
Yeah.
Treasure. National
Yes.
Treasure's
I'm
dope.
down for that.
I'm
I
down.
know.
I'm
I'm
down.
down. I'm down for
Yeah,
that
do
too.
it. Same
But-
here.
Hey,
I'm
Nicolas
with it.
Cage is a legit comic book collector. I mean, he had the first appearance of Superman.
He
I
was broke
still want that
collecting.
Superman
Did he
movie.
go broke collecting comics or some shit?
No,
he was-
his wife made him broke. He had to sell his comics to pay off the wife. He sold Superman first appearance because of the divorce.
Oh my
rake.
god, that's
The
That
just
would kill me.
that's just hideous.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I hate you.
He
His
shows up to
collection
like
was crazy.
he shows up to Las Vegas Comic Con all the time, right? Like, you know.
Yeah,
that
he's
one over there.
hardcore. Yeah, he's hardcore
Yeah.
comic book guy.
I gotta say, he was dope as a Spider-Man Noir, man, in Spider-Verse. I gotta give him
Yeah, I
that.
dug
for
him.
sure.
I watch that.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I watch that movie every day with Tristan. He has it on. He has to watch it. And
Yeah,
I'm
for
hearing
sure.
Nicolas Cage. I'm like, Nicolas Cage did a pretty good job, man.
Yeah.
You know, if he was younger, it'd be a good Mark Spector. Is Brad Pitt? Remember, like 12 Monkeys age?
Oh
When he
yeah,
did that
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that would have been
He
that's
dope.
would've
crazy.
brilliant as Mark Spector.
hmm
It's too old now, but
How about the one dude that played Professor X in those lame X-Men movies? You think he'd be good?
McAvoy?
McAvoy?
Yeah,
Oh,
McAvoy.
I just watched Glass. He's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about
was
Glass,
spectacular.
right?
Yeah.
They'll probably get
He was
Chris
the
Pine
best
to do
part of Glass.
Moon Knight.
Chris
He's the
Pine.
best part of that whole series.
Yeah.
I don't know. Samuel Jackson as Mr. Glass was pretty damn good too.
Oh yeah, Sammy
He's great
Al,
in
all
everything.
day, every day.
Yeah.
Fury.
He's great in everything.
This is
I like
the
the-
way I talk.
I think who else though could play more expect because you got to figure that's got to be one of the announcements is who's
Gotta
playing
be.
him.
And Kamala Khan. I'm telling you guys that
Oh.
those
Who's playing-
announcements are gonna be huge.
Who's
Yeah,
playing
watch
Kamala
the-
Khan?
blow up.
It's gonna be an
Watch the-
unknown actress on Kamala
It's
Khan.
got to be
Like,
unknown, but I'm gonna laugh if it's like Mindy Kaling or whatever her name is.
Oh hell no! it
Oh,
better
hell
not be.
no.
Oh, I would be like,
No.
please.
I
Hell
could
no.
see,
I would
I could-
love.
Do that.
I could see her being a
No.
part of it though.
I
I could
give
see her
up.
writing it. I could see her
Yeah, I could
producing
see her
it,
writing it.
producing an episode or something like
She'd
that.
be the mom.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Mom.
But you're gonna see it's gonna be Disney Plus oriented. These
Oh, yeah.
announcements, and it's gonna be, it's got to be about the things they've already announced, right? Why muddy the
She-Hulk.
waters with more stuff? Like who's gonna be She-Hulk, right? With all these
That's
things
another
that we've heard, yeah.
I want to see 15 minutes of WandaVision. That's what I want to see.
We'll probably get that too. We'll probably get a little taste.
Oh, I'm excited
Yeah.
for that.
Oh,
man.
get them WandaVision.
Or they drop it.
Or
That'd be
Vision
nice.
books. Yeah.
They
No,
drop
we're
it,
not gonna
yeah.
get we're not gonna get WandaVision until we won't get anything for WandaVision until after Black Widow. Guarantee we will not get any clips or anything. 'Cause
Or
I'm-
they drop Black Widow for rent.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
love that.
I would
I'd be
too.
down.
I'd
I'll
buy
pay
that.
25
for sure.
bucks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't.
drop
I,
it.
Take my money.
yeah, but I think what they're gonna do is they're waiting for Black Widow to come out before they show Wanda.
They drop Black Widow during Comic Con, dude. They'll kill it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean they kill it anyway. I mean, what is DC gonna bring?
But it's
Oh,
just.
here's
more hype.
Vampire Boy as Batman.
But the hype will be crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you must have a Disney Plus membership, and then you have to pay an extra $5 or something.
Mhm.
That'd be
That'd
smart.
funny.
Yeah.
Promo
That would
promo
be
that.
insane.
The only thing is, will they get backlash like what was it Universal did for dropping trolls online? Or
Ooh, AMC. Ooh.
Who knows?
Yeah.
well,
So Okay,
movie
so I have
theaters
a-
are done.
Yeah, they're
you know what?
done.
I have an idea about all of that stuff. So, what the theaters should do, because they're able to show those movies maybe 3 weeks, a month before like a streaming service. They should just charge a flat fee of like $20 for all of these new movies.
That's what they did with Universal.
But they're not doing it with all that new stuff that's on now. I mean, there's so much stuff that's kind of on hold that
Everything
they're missing
depends
an
on the movie.
opportunity because they want
There
people
are-
to get into the theaters.
They're
It
hoping
depends
for the
on the
best.
movie, right? It depends on the movie that like with Trolls, they're like, oh well, we only know it's going to do so much in the theaters. What do we have to lose? You
The
know?
Invisible Man
Yeah.
that came
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know, but if
Uh,
it's Black Widow, you're like, we want that theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
the
know, man.
experience and everything.
I mean,
Face
would
mask
you
and
go?
all.
Are you guys down to go to the theater to watch Black Widow? No,
Nope.
I don't, not me, man.
Not anytime
Hey.
soon, to be honest. Nope.
Nope.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
Well, it's not
Until they
coming
get
out
that
till
vaccine,
November.
I ain't leaving the house.
Dude, it takes mountains for us not to go to fucking Frankenstein's, and we didn't go, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like how do we cancel going to Frankenstein's? You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not
It
going to a movie.
hurts.
It hurt, but we couldn't go. I mean,
Yeah.
True.
we'd be dumb to go, right?
But at
God
some
bless you,
point,
Derek.
at some point, we've got to start moving off life. You know what I mean? At some point, it's got to happen.
Yeah,
And
but
for
do
Go
people
ahead.
say that when there's like a fire outside? Be like, well, at some point,
But-
we gotta like.
no, I
if the
agree.
fire's
But
still going,
my look at it is this: if we want Comic-Con 2021, you've got to have 6 months before that where you start going to theaters, or at least, you know what I mean, having crowds of some people.
Mhm.
Well, the
You're
crowds.
talking, but I mean, you're talking 150,000 people compared to a room with 100 people in it. if they do the quarter
Yeah.
occupancy. So I mean, at some point you kind of got to go. We need to do these baby steps to get to this big one, because otherwise, they're just Comic-Con's not going to happen next year. Another year later.
Well, we're trying, but people are messing it up, right?
People are
We're
dumb.
trying to take baby steps, but people are just.
Everybody but the lady at Kobe's is messing
I
up.
know, Lady Kobe's
Yeah.
is soldier.
Hey, I'm
Dude,
getting my
when we
test
go-
tomorrow.
When we go
She's
on
like,
we going on Sunday to
Admiral
Kobe's,
Killjoy.
you'll see, man. That it'll freak you the fuck out, bro. Like she announces that shit every 5 minutes. You feel like you're in an intern camp, man.
You need to
crazy.
film it. Like you
And
need
her
to film
voice though, her voice scares you, man. You're like, oh shit, I better put my mask on. We
Put on your mask.
we even had to buy Tristan a mask. I'm like, get him a mask, man. I don't want this lady coming and hollering at us, dude.
On a side note of scary things, did you guys hear like the fissure with Star Wars going on right now? Supposedly, like
I
the
heard
rumor?
that. I don't know.
The,
I don't know.
It's the rumor
yeah, I
of
read
like
that.
there's the Kennedy camp and the Favreau camp.
Kennedy's
and
out, anyways.
Well, she's out along with her bitch boy Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
But the rumor is that they're going to use, because they are doing a Thrawn live action. Filoni wants to do it. That they might end up using from Rebels the time traveling thing and just wipe out
I don't
the
believe it.
sequels.
I don't believe
Please do it.
I don't
Please
think
do
they'll
it.
do it.
They may end up doing it.
I think if you do it, then it makes Star Wars wacky.
Yeah.
And Star Wars has always been like rode that line of wacky, you know. But like,
Skywalker saga
Yeah,
is
but-
done. It's
but-
dead.
No,
Let
it
it go.
is. I don't think they're going to go back to the Skywalker saga because you can't. Like Leia's dead. You can't
Well,
do that.
But if they're talking time travel, they're that if they do that, they're gonna go back. They're just not gonna help themselves. They're gonna do
They
it.
can-
they should totally do like a Star Wars what if, and then do that, and then like turns out like Luke went to the dark side, and then Luke is like this bad guy, and then you have Mark Hamill do the voice.
It's
would
called
be-
Dark Empire.
It'd be awesome.
Just
No,
give it
that-
20 years, man. Just give it 20 years. Like the prequels, we all hated the prequels, but now we all love them, right? Like,
Yeah.
No, speak for yourself,
No,
Ian.
no.
Speak for yourself.
Prequels all the way, bro.
man, the
Oh my
Clone
God.
Wars came out of the prequels. Ahsoka came out of the prequels. Like,
Jar Jar.
Clone
My
Wars
Jar
hero.
is
Jar,
different.
come on, Jar Jar.
I got a
The only-
statue of Jar
I
Jar in
like
the
the
back, bro.
prequels now.
The
It took
only
them 20
wasn't
years,
so
man.
the
bad.
prequels. The only good thing about the prequels is Episode 3, when Anakin just starts killing all the younglings.
I turn around on Attack of the Clones, dude. I love it now.
I mean, I still wish they would have had where he just kind of force pulled one of those younglings and just did a pre-choke to him.
Anybody under 20 loves the prequels, dude.
I'm
That's
telling
the
you,
That's
man,
adult-
like,
fine.
what made me love the prequels was Clone Wars. Like, it added a lot
Yeah.
to it, man. You
Clone-
know, like
More
you know,
depth.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave more
You
story.
don't
to it.
watch any of the
Yeah.
animated. Just take those 3 movies for what they were, and you're gonna be like, oh
I mean,
god, these are
Natalie
horrible.
Portman's ass couldn't even save those movies.
Boomer.
Yes.
Boomer.
I mean, but
Boomers.
you got Darth Maul coming in.
That's-
Gets killed in the first movie. He gets
Back in
sliced
my
in half.
day.
But
Hey,
he
I'm
was
telling you, man.
Yes.
Let Grayson watch it. Like let Tristan watch it. Like the whatever it was, episode 1. He
It was
loves
just
that.
called
He
Star
loves
Wars.
it, dude. Kids love that shit, man.
Darth Maul is cool
It's
in
all rated
Episode
G.
1, but he was better when he got into Clone Wars. When they
Yeah.
brought him back in Clone Wars, that's the badass Darth Maul.
Ewan
And
McGregor.
Rob-
man.
But you wouldn't
Rob,
have seen it. You
boomer
wouldn't have
ass.
seen it. You wouldn't have
You're
seen it in the
just as old
first,
as
first
us.
movie.
Yeah, but I let it go, man. I love the original series, but it's just like, okay, it's over. Move on. And the prequels was like, it was cool. Let's move on. Let's
Don't
move
get me wrong,
forward.
I don't hate the prequels. There's only one movie I will never watch again, and that's The Last Jedi. I'll watch the fucking Ewok movies before I watch
I
that shit.
watched it twice in the theaters, dude.
The Ryan Johnson one. I watched
Not
it
gonna
twice.
lie, I
I
did
couldn't
too.
do
You
it.
should,
Twice.
you shouldn't
Couldn't do
talk
it.
anymore. Just keep it. Zip it.
I
That's it.
I
done.
saw it twice in the
Done.
theaters too. That's
But
only because
the kid with the
that's
broom,
only
dude?
because I'm very
Magic.
Jewish and I didn't want to waste my money on the ticket.
Magic broom, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like
You know where they
Boogaloo
can stick
stripping
that
it
magic
or
broom,
breaking
right?
it. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. I was like, wow.
Casino all day, man.
Casino, man. That's where it's over. for me,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
The casino.
Star Wars
I'm done.
Casino, man. Where's the Palma, dude? Where's
Next
Scorsese?
level.
Oh,
Yeah, where's the
jeez.
Pesci?
We need some Goodfellas.
I won't lie, man. I haven't watched whatever the Ryan Johnson and Last Jedi twice. I can't do it, man. You know, so I just can't.
It's all right.
It's a waste of
It's a
life.
movie. It's a movie. It's like there's
It's
been
a
better.
movie that I saw twice in theaters.
Yeah, I've seen what's the horrible film? I've seen horrible films multiple times, dude. Why not?
It's still not as bad as Titanic. I'll say that.
You know what's horrible? Star Wars, the Ewok straight to TV film from the mid '80s.
I'll take those over Last Jedi.
Nah, dude, those are unwatchable. Watch them now.
I'll take the
They're
Christmas
unwatchable.
special and the Droids cartoon over Last Jedi.
The Christmas special, but with Mystery Science 3000 guys making fun of it.
Oh,
it's brilliant.
yeah.
Or yeah, riff tracks. Riff
Mystery
tracks.
Science Theater.
They have it. I have it on bootleg.
I believe it. I believe it. I mean, you can
All
probably
right.
download it too.
Yeah, riff tracks. I'm sorry, that's one.
Yeah.
What was it?
Mr. Science Theater 3000.
Mr. Science 3000.
Holiday special
Yeah.
is brilliant, bro. Oh,
I saw
brilliant.
it when they
That
went
show is
to
classic.
when they were
Yeah.
at Comic-Con 2 years ago. I went to that show. It was
The
so
Rich-
fun.
Which
The
one?
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, the panel.
They did they did a live show at the at not Sparkles or whatever the other
Speckles.
yeah, I know what you're
no
talking about.
Balboa Theater.
Balboa.
Or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What film were they riffing on?
Oh, it was some like cheesy James Bondish kind of movie. It wasn't James Bond.
Color or black and white?
It was color,
I always like the black and white more, man.
but it was
You guys
just they did like a 2-night event, and that was the one that they did special for San Diego.
Oh,
And
And it was so funny.
Speaking of black and white, did anybody peep that Mezco Nosferatu?
It sold out, right?
Yeah, it sold out quick, man. Not quick. It took a couple minutes, but I mean, that figure's beautiful, man. That thing
I
looks
saw the image you
badass.
posted.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
it
It
about
looked
it.
sick.
I had to get it. I'm like,
I can't
Why
handle
not?
Mezco heads, man. They're crazy.
You got to keep us up with Mezco, man, for San Diego. You know?
oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Bandai, all that stuff. And then Tomoyashi Nations did it was doing an event, so with the Ginyu Force, like a little teaser
Yeah,
of
they-
that. So who
Yeah.
knows what's coming? I mean, there's gonna be mad figures, man. Look at like NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Still, I mean, that's a heartache. Walmart needs to just die.
You know what breaks my heart, man, is that you know what breaks my heart is I passed what was it 2016 when they had Miles? I passed it like
Oh
3 or
yeah,
4 times, man.
That thing is just so expensive
I
now,
went
man.
back and forth, man. I was like, I want to buy it. When I come back tomorrow, I'll get it on Thursday.
The Mezco?
Sold out by Thursday.
I remember he's the one that got me into Mezco at first. He's like, "You want to go to this place?" I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "Come over here, just take me down the rabbit hole." And I was like, "Dang!" He just but
Took
he
you
was
down
just
a rabbit hole.
oh man. He like 1 minute he's there, the next minute you turn around, he's gone. On to the next one. Like,
Yeah, I remember when
he just goes.
they dropped the
Mezco's right next to what you call where the Ninja
NECA.
Turtle stuff is.
NECA, yeah.
So
Mhm.
you can't beat it, man. It's like that. Remember my
Yeah,
Iron
and
Triangle?
Tomoyashi Nation's right there. Yeah, man, you were going
Iron
at
Tomashi,
it.
Triangle, bro.
that line of Tomashi Nations is murder, dude.
Oh man, it's brutal.
I hate it. The security guards, oh my god.
So listen to this. Obviously, this has got to get cut, but Kevin on Frankie's, he put, I started sending out invoices for Ray. Please know I decided to add a $4 shipping. This will help to cover the cost of this project. It will also help to cover the pain and suffering I have endured during this project. Yes, the group is supposed to get free shipping. If you don't want to pay the shipping, let me know and I'll cancel the invoice.
Wow.
He is
He must be
Oh, yeah.
pissed.
No, we
For
just keep
sure,
that.
man. Good
Oh,
for
the-
him.
cry
No, I
baby.
think it's
Brilliant.
great.
Imagine
That's
how many
right, baby.
IMs he's getting of these people just I mean, you saw it, like, you've been seeing the post
Oh,
too,
yeah.
man. I was reading that stuff, like, come on, man, grow up.
Bunch of
Like,
babies,
it's
bro.
it's fair. It's fair the way he has it, and now you had him do it a lottery. But even before then, I mean, if you're not ready for it and you're just slipping,
Welcome to Funko.
yeah,
Kevin.
life comes at you fast.
When we had
You know
him
what?
here, we should have made sure we all got a Ray. That we told him. We're like, oh, that's gonna be the hot one. He was like, really? We're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoa.
No,
Zip-
I
zip-
want to hear what he says next week.
Well, there's
about the
layers,
small
right?
one.
There's only 400, right? And you have to be part of a group that's locked. So
Yeah.
it got amped. It got amped.
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining the Team Nerd Herd podcast. But JR wants to let you guys know about our Instagram and Facebook accounts.
Yeah, you can find us over on Instagram and Facebook as Team Nerd Herd Podcast, all one word. If you go to Facebook, you're going to see we're going to have polls up there. We're going to have all kinds of survey and stuff. You can talk to us, shoot the crap, whatever you like. Tell me Spider-Man rocks. I won't believe you, but whatever. Or you can go over to Instagram, and on Instagram, you'll see messages from us. We'll have stuff going on letting you know when the new video is coming out, if you haven't already subscribed and liked on YouTube also. But other than that, what else we got, Ian?
That's about it. And Nick, you want to take us away?
Yeah, if you want to do it right, collect what you like.